I know I have not vlogged in like a hot second. Actually, it's been about a month and I apologize. I have been busy writing. So I've written some blogs on my site. It's called Risky Business by Balraj Gill, so check it out. But anyways, today I want to talk about attachment, and I've done videos on attachment before, but the bulk of this video is going to be on my opinions on how I feel as though attachment is the root cause of all suffering to mankind. I know that's a bold statement. I totally understand that. And here's why I say that. Just with deeper understanding of myself, self-love, and everything that I have personally experienced, I now realize that when I become attached to something, and this is what I've been letting go for the last year, my goal has been not to allow myself to become attached to things. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job, and that's why I now have this understanding that attachment causes suffering. So suffering brings on any sort of stress. Also fear. Stress is basically fear, and fear is basically ego. So suffering is like the lowest vibration, as you can all imagine. And I'm saying that attachment causes that sort of low vibration. All right, so attachment. There's so many forms of attachment. We are attached to our kids. We're attached to our job titles. Like for the longest time I was attached, and I identified myself when people would ask me like, who are you? I remember being asked this in my early 20s. Somebody asked me, who are you? Like, how would you define yourself? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a nurse. That's what I am. I didn't identify myself as a wife. I didn't identify myself as a daughter. I strictly identified myself as a nurse. And it's because I was attached to that. The reason being because I had put so much of my life, education, myself into getting to the point of where I was within nursing that I was fully attached to it. And that attachment made me go, it was weird. It was a weird sort of attachment because I'm a go-getter. It made me keep going in nursing, and, you know, getting my master's degree and becoming more attached to the profession. But it also caused a certain amount of suffering because when I wasn't happy anymore in that profession, it was hard to not identify myself as a nurse anymore. And I had to do a lot of inner work and become detached. And now I don't care. That's my old life. I'm no longer attached to that whatsoever. I'm not even a nurse anymore. That's not who I am. So anyways, you can also be attached to your pets, your wife, your partner, whatever. Then those attachments are actually really hard to let go of. And the reason I say that attachment will always cause you suffering is because imagine, let's say you're attached to your dog or your cat or your fish, whatever, and when your dog dies, it's going to cause you sadness. You will be sad because you had that sense of attachment. So for me, how not to be attached to people, and this is very superficial and easy because I'm going to try and keep this video under 5. So in order for you to kind of detach from things, A, you need self-love, and you can do that through meditation. B, you also need to understand and be very aware. You need to be present to that moment of when you feel that attachment, and like I said, attachment will bring on suffering. So for me, the minute I become attached to something, I become very present and I realize, what is this attachment making me feel? Is this attachment giving me anxiety? Am I feeling stressed? And usually those are my signs of attachment. And then from there, I just start working on releasing it. My way of releasing it is basically I just give love to myself, and I understand the reason of attachment. Like, what is it that's making me attached to that person or that situation, and just seeing that, because it's all within me. There's a lesson that I need to learn within that. There's a reason I'm attached, and it's some sort of fulfillment that I need within myself. So it's that recognition. So it's presence, recognition, giving understanding to it, and not giving anything positive or negative, just that it is, and then allowing it to dissipate and moving on. It's really, really, really important to do that step. Move on. Otherwise, you do not want to get stuck in there, because then you remain attached to whatever thought form it is that you are attached to, because that's essentially what it is. Your experiences create thought forms, which you either are going to be attached to, that are going to create suffering, stress, ego, fear, or you're going to become aware of that thought form. You're going to give it presence, you're going to give it love, you're going to give it understanding, which then you're serving yourself, because now you're understanding why you're attached. Then you let it go and you move on. So that's what I do. Sorry, I know it's over 5 minutes. Love you guys, and I promise to do more vlogs. Mwah, mwah, mwah.